Professor Christopher Isike is the director of the African Center for the Study of the United States at the University of Pretoria. And he joins us now to discuss the Iran-Israel conflict. Good afternoon. Thank you for taking time to discuss this with us.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
Now, what do Iran's recent calls for de-escalation signal about its current foreign policy priorities?
Well, look, they are clearly taking a big hit, and they understand that the escalation at this point would end well for them. So it's not surprising that they...
And now, to what extent do these de-escalation messages reflect genuine strategic shifts versus tactical diplomatic posturing?
Well, look, Iran is in a tight spot now. They were largely caught unawares by these attacks on Friday, and their air defense and capabilities, missile shooting capabilities have been degraded significantly. So, like Israel is claiming, Iran is an open sky right now for Israel to attack, and this in many ways allows the US to come in and send in those bunker busters that can help to destroy Iranian nuclear weaponry if ordered. So I think that everything is in place for Iran now to begin to really think the escalation in real terms, especially as their own citizens are beginning to heed calls. They heeded the call of President Trump to leave Tehran, and there was indication that there was a large movement out of Tehran as soon as that call came through. So they are getting to their citizens, and it also means that their legitimacy is beginning to rot up.
Well, as you can see on the screen there, those are live visuals from Tel Aviv this afternoon as we are chatting to Professor Christopher. And back to you now, Professor. Iran has reportedly indicated a willingness to resume nuclear negotiations if the United States stays out of the conflict. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, because they know that the United States has the capacity to actually bomb the Fordo nuclear site, like I said earlier on, and that would really hamper every effort they've made towards nuclear enrichment in the last 3 years. So if they win with this objective of not getting the US involved, then they can be in a good position to negotiate. They will have the leverage to go to put on the table the kind of things they want to see on the agreement. But if that doesn't happen and they become degraded as the US is looking to do, then they will be in a very bad position to be able to negotiate, and they will just have to accept whatever is thrown at them.
It's quite interesting, though, because Iran has also called on the United States to restrain Israel to prevent further escalation. How likely is this?
Well, the problem is that we do not know what the United States would do. The president of the United States does not seem to have any clear plan. He is bereft of any strength of character that we can use to say this is the kind of action he would take. I mean, he's one minute he's tweeting that he's hoping for a deal, and then the next minute he's threatening Iranians to leave Tehran. So that tells me that he's like a wind being blown left, right, and center by Netanyahu and Israel, and whatever opportunities they present him, whatever he thinks at the moment will work for him, he will do. So it's very difficult to say precisely what the US would do at this stage.
And then lastly, do we know what role any other global leaders have played in either de-escalating or fueling the current Iran-Israel conflicts?
Well, look, the only significant actors, and significant only in terms of being able to oppose what Israel has done, would be China, would be North Korea, would be Russia. Other than that, the rest of the world seem to be lining behind the US to criticize Iran while they call for de-escalation. But supporting Israel by indicating that Israel has the right to defend itself without any consideration for the fact that this was started by Israel and that Iran also has the right to defend itself. So this kind of double standard, this hypocrisy is very worrying for a rules-based international system, really.
Thank you very much. Professor Christopher Isike is the director of the African Center for the Study of the United States at the University of Pretoria.